And welcome to today's video. Right guys, in today's video I'm doing like a solutions to the exam and past papers here for GCSE maths. Okay, so I'm starting with Edexcel, okay, and then I'll be doing AQA and also OCR. Okay, I'll be starting with all the foundation papers first and then doing the higher papers as well. Okay, so this is obviously aimed at anyone sitting their exams in the November 2020 series, for anyone for like any student actually resitting their maths GCSE in November 2020. Okay, right guys, if you find this useful actually, please do obviously subscribe to my channel and drop the video a like, and also obviously comment below on any questions or queries that you might have with the paper. Okay, and also feel free to like turn on post notifications so you guys can be notified about my uploads. Okay, but let's get into today's lesson. Okay, so we're going to be doing a work solutions for the foundation paper. Right guys, so this paper is the Edexcel mathematics GCSE 9 to 1. Okay, so paper 2 calculator paper for the specimen set 2. Okay, so it's a 1 hour 30-minute paper. Okay, so let's go through the work solutions. Okay guys, right, question 1. Write 6,819 to the nearest thousand. Okay, so when it's the nearest thousand, guys, I look at my digits. So that's my thousands, hundreds, tens, and units. So I look at the one next to, so to the right of my current digit. So thousands, so I look at my hundreds. So this is my hundreds. Okay, if that number is bigger, sorry about my handwriting, guys. Okay, if that number is bigger than 5, then I round up. Okay, so it's 8, so the answer is going to be 7,000. Okay, because if you think about it, 6,800 is closer to 7,000 than it is to 6,000. Okay, so 819 is closer to 7,000 than it is to 6,000. Okay, so the answer is 7,000. Okay, nice and easy. Right guys, okay, so write these temperatures in order. Start with the lowest temperature first. Okay, so lowest is -5. Okay, cross it out. Then -2, then 3, then 7, then 10. Okay, so this is obviously knowing your number lines. Okay, remember that the more negative a number is, the smaller it is, and then the larger a number it is, the more positive it is. Okay, so so it is knowing your like number lines. Okay, right guys, okay, next part. Okay, so write 0.075 as a fraction, give your answers in its simplest form. Okay, so this is going to be 75 over 1,000 because I've got 3 decimal places, okay, which simplifies to 3 over 40. Okay, so I divide top and bottom by 25. Okay, the paper is actually a calculator paper actually, so so you can just put that into your calculator and it will give you 3/40. Okay, but that's just obviously me actually showing full workings. Okay, right guys, 5 to the power of 4, okay, means 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. Okay, so find the value of 5 to the power of 4, okay, which is 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 25 is going to be 625. Okay, so it's the same as doing 25 squared, which is 625, guys. Right guys, question number 5. Okay, living to 100 years old. 1 in 3 babies born last year are expected to live to 100 years old. Okay, 720,000 babies were born last year. How many babies are expected to live to 100 years old? It will be a third of 720,000, okay, which is the same as doing 720,000 divided by 3, which is 240,000. Okay, so 240 are expected to live to 100 years or more. Okay. Right guys, next question. Here is a train timetable from Swindon to London. Okay, so Swindon, Didcot, Reading, and London. Okay, so we've got all the times here, Swindon to London. Okay, how long should the 6:58 train from Swindon take to get to London? So 6:58 train is this train here. Okay, London, it gets there at 8:02. Okay, so it's 1 hour and 4 minutes, because 1 hour will give me 7:58. Okay, and then I add on 2 minutes to get to 8 o'clock, and then 2 minutes again to get to 8:02, so it's a total of 1 hour and 4 minutes, okay, or 64 minutes, okay, but I would advise to put your answer in hours and minutes, okay, but I think they should accept 64 minutes as well, okay. Right, guys. Part B. Claire says all the trains take more than 1 hour to get from Swindon to London. Is Claire correct? So you must give a reason for your answer. Okay, so here is more than an hour. Okay, because it's here is more than an hour. Here is more than an hour. Again, more than an hour. More than an hour. And then more than an hour. But if I look here, 17 and 14, that's actually 57 minutes. So the answer is no. So it's not true because the 7:17 train takes only 57 minutes and not 1 hour, okay? Or more. Okay. Right, guys, Tracy buys 2 coffees at £1.10 each, 3 teas at 95 pence each, and 5 sandwiches at £2.15 each. Okay, so we have to work out, okay, Tracy shares the cost between 5 people. How much does each person pay? Okay, so first of all, we have to work out all the total cost first. So 2 times 1.1 plus 3 times 0.95 plus 5 times 2.15, okay, and you should get an answer of £15.80 when you work out your answer. So 2 times 1.1 is 2.2, 3 times 0.95 is 2.85, and 5 times 2.15 is 10.75. I added my answers together and I got £15.80. I then divided that by 5 and I got £3.16. Okay, so I did short division there to work out my answer. Okay. Right, guys, question number 8. Rachel carried out a survey for 10 people to find out what type of fruit they like best. The table shows information about the results. Okay, so type of fruit, number of people. Apple 2, banana 5, orange 3. What type of fruit is made? Okay, is the mode, so it's the most frequent, so it's banana. Okay, in Rachel's survey, 2 out of 10 people like apple best, right? 2 out of 10 as a percentage. Okay, so what I did was I converted to a fraction over 100, and then obviously out of 100, percentage means obviously 20%. Okay, so 20 out of 100 is equivalent to 20%. Right, guys, okay. Pete also carried out a survey to find out the type of fruit that people like best. He asked 30 people which type of fruit they like best. Okay, he drew his pie chart for the results. Okay, so this is obviously the results. Okay, so this is my diagram. Okay. So apple, orange, and banana. A smaller proportion. Sorry about this, guys. I think I made a mistake with a bit of doodling. Sorry. Okay. A smaller proportion of bananas. In Pete's survey, in Pete's survey, bananas best in Pete's survey than Rachel's survey. Explain how that Pete's survey, Pete's pie chart show and Rachel's table show this. Well, if we look here, for banana, that's going to be 50%, okay? So that should be half of the pie chart for Rachel. For Pete, it's less than half. So half should be like that. So it should be a straight line. So we know that for Pete, bananas is obviously less because it's less than half, okay? So the pie chart shows clearly that, okay? So yeah, that is the answer for there, okay? Right, guys, question number 9. The smallest angle of a triangle is 25 degrees. The triangle is enlarged by a scale factor of 3. Ben says the smallest angle of an enlarged triangle is 75 degrees because 25 times 3 is 75. Is Ben right? Explain the answer. Okay. No, because angles in it should be an apostrophe there, guys. Sorry. Okay. Angles. Okay. In a triangle never change. Okay, so if you multiply by 3, it doesn't actually change so it changes the size of the triangle, but it doesn't actually change the actual angles in the triangle. So the angles will still remain the same. Right, guys, question number 10. Carol ran in a race. The graph shows her speed in meters per second, t seconds after the start of the race. Okay, so we've got this here. Okay, write down Carol's speed, okay, 3 seconds after the start of the race. Okay, so 3 seconds would be here. So 3 seconds, okay, is roughly 6.8. Okay, meters per second. Write down Carol's greatest speed. Well, greatest speed is going to be here, isn't it? So greatest speed is roughly 9.8. I got meters per second. There were 2 times when Carol reached a speed of 9 meters per second. Write these 2 times down. Okay, so it's going to be there and there. Okay, so that's when t is 9. So it's here, and then it's also going to be here. Okay, so 5 and 9. Okay, that is my answer there, guys. Right, guys, question number 11. Okay, the first 3 terms of a sequence are 1, 2, and 4. Hester says the first 5 terms of a sequence are 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. Write down the rule for Hester, okay, that could work out the 4th and 5th term. Okay, I multiply by 2 each time. So this is what I call a geometric sequence. So I multiply by 2 each time, guys. Okay, so doubling it each time. Okay, multiply by 2. Okay, write down the 6th term of Hester's number sequence. Okay, so it will be 16 times 2. Okay, which is 32. Okay, Jack uses a different rule. He says that the first 6 terms are 1, 2, 7, 4, 7, 11, 16. Okay, write down the 7th and 8th terms of the sequence. Okay, so 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 plus 5 is 16. Okay, 16 plus 6 is 22. 22 plus 7 is 29. So I'm adding on an extra 1 each time in terms of the difference. Okay, so it is not a linear sequence actually. So I believe it's what I call a quadratic sequence. Yeah. Yeah, because it goes up in different amounts each time. Okay, but yeah, you don't have to worry about that one. Okay, but yeah, so to work out the rule is, so I'm adding 1 here. Okay, adding 2, adding 3. So that is my answer there. Right, guys, question 12. Martin has 8 pints of soup in a pan. He also has 24 soup bowls. He puts 0.3 pints of soup in each bowl. Okay, how much soup does he have left? Okay, so he has 24 soup bowls. He has, okay, so 0.3, okay, so 0.3 times 24, okay, means that he's got 7.2 pints in total. Okay, so 8 take away 7.2 is 0.8. So 0.8 pints of soup is left, guys. Okay, so that is my answer for that. Okay. Right, guys, next one. Abby invests £500. Okay, question 13. Okay, Abby invests £500 for 4 years in a bank account. The account pays simple interest at the rate of 2.3% per year. Work out the total amount of interest Abby has got to at the end of 4 years. Okay, so 4 years. So it's 500 times by 1.023. Now, this has come from, okay, I've got 100% plus 2.3%, which is 102.3%. Okay, which is equivalent, okay, to 1.203 as a decimal, guys. Okay. So that is that. Okay, it's power of 4 because it's 4 years. So 500 times 1.023 to power of 4 is £547.61. Okay, so after 4 years, Abby has accumulated £47.61 because this take away 500 is the extra part. So £47.61 is my answer. Right, guys, the graph shows the cost of using a mobile phone actually for 1 month for different numbers of calls made. Okay, So we got the cause here, cost, and we got the number of minutes. Okay. The cost includes a £20 fixed charge, okay, and a charge for each minute of call made. Okay, work out the charge for each minute of the call made. Okay. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to work out the equation of this line. Okay, so I've called this y here in my equation, and I've called this x. Okay. So the gradient is the change in y over the change in x. So the change in the y coordinates divided by the change in x. 35 take away 20 is 15. 500 take away 0 is 500. So the gradient is with that, which is equal to 0.03 on our calculators. Okay. So our equation in the form of y equals mx plus c is y is equal to 0.03x plus 20. Okay. Now for each minute, all I do is just sub in x is equal to 1 because it's 1 minute. 0.3 times 1, sorry, 0.03 times 1 is 0.03, add 20 is £20 and 3 pence. So for every minute of calls made, okay, they are paying, yeah, actually, sorry, okay, they are, when x is 2, okay, we're not 6. Okay, so the charge is actually 3 pence. Sorry. Okay, so it's 3 pence. Yeah, per minute. Okay, because when x equals 2, okay, yeah, so not that actually. So 3 pence per minute. Okay, like extra, okay? Because when x equals 2, I get £20 and 6 pence. When x equals 3, it's £20 and 9 pence. So it's an extra 3 pence per minute, okay? So that is my answer. So the answer should be 3 pence, okay? Yeah, or 0.03 of a pound. Right, guys, question number 15. Okay, so we're getting there. Okay, here is a list of ingredients for making chocolate mousse for 2 people. Okay, so chocolate mousse for 2 people, 40 grams of 100 sugar, 110 grams of dark chocolate, 2 eggs, and a quarter teaspoon of lemon juice. Okay, so Ellie has 250 grams of sugar and 550 grams of of dark chocolate. She assumes that she has plenty of lemon juice and plenty of eggs. Okay, what is the greatest number of people Ellie can make a chocolate mousse for? You must justify your answer. Okay, so she has 250 grams of sugar and she has 550 grams of dark chocolate. Okay, now let's look at dark chocolate first. Okay, so 110, okay, times 5. So for dark chocolate, she has enough for 10 people, okay? Because it's two people is 110. So per person it will be 55 grams of sugar. Obviously, times that by 10 gives me 550. So I've got enough for 10 so for dark chocolate, I've got enough for 10 people, okay? And then for 250 grams of sugar, well, if I do 250 divided by 4, okay, it will give me 6, okay? So 6 times that by 2, because obviously that will tell me, so I've got 6, 6.25 actually, yeah. So times it by 2 because I've got 2 people. Okay, so it's 12.5. Okay, so yeah, so I've got enough for 12 people. Okay, for the sugar, but I don't have enough for dark chocolate. So the maximum number has to be 10. So the maximum it can be is 10, okay, due to the dark chocolate amount of grams that we have. Okay? Right, guys. Part B. Ellie has only 6 eggs. What effect would this have on the greatest number of people that Ellie could make chocolate mousse for? Well, 6 eggs means that I've only got enough for 6 people. Okay, so if I only have 6 eggs, then I've only got enough for 6 chocolate mousse. Okay, so the effect would be is that it would have less, yeah, so less chocolate mousse obviously for everyone actually, yeah, overall. Okay, yeah, compared to part A. Right, guys, question number 16 actually. Okay, so we're nearly there, guys. Okay, a sprinter runs a distance of 200 meters in 25 seconds. Work out the average speed of the sprinter. Okay, so speed is distance over time. 200 divided by 25 is equal to 8, which is 8 meters per second. Okay, so remember that is speed is distance. So S D T, guys. Right, guys, part B, part 17, part A. Simplify this. 7x plus 2y minus 3x plus 4y. 7x minus 3x, so collecting like terms, is 4x. 2y plus 4y is 6y. So it's 4x plus 6y. Or I can factorize that as 2 brackets 2x plus 3y, brackets close. Okay, either one is fine. Right, guys, part B. Factorize 10x minus 15. Okay, so the highest common factor is 5, brackets 2x minus 3. 5 times 2x is 10x. 5 times minus 3 is minus 15. Okay, right, guys, part B. 5p equals 3p plus 8, minus 3p on both sides. 2p equals 8. Dividing both sides by 2. Okay, because the opposite of times by 2 is to divide by 2. P is equal to 4, guys. Okay, right, guys, question number 18. There are 64 cards. Sorry, I'll try to move it other way actually. Okay, so there are 64 cards in a pack. Okay, each card is either red or black. The ratio of the number of red cards to the number of black cards is 1 to 1. Okay, so that straight away means that there are 32 cards red and 32 cards black. Okay, 8 cards were removed from the pack. Find the ratio of the number of cards now in the pack to the number of black cards in the pack. Okay, now in the pack. Okay, so 8 removed, yeah, means that overall I'm going to have less. So 32 take away 8 is going to be 24. Okay, and then overall, okay, there will be 56 in the pack because I have less in the pack now. Okay, so it should be 24 to 56, I think. Anyway, oops, sorry. Let me just cut these guys. Sorry about this. Okay, right. Okay, so I believe, so 8 red cards are now removed. Okay, so what I've done here actually, so I think I've made like a mistake here. So, no, sorry, actually, I've not made a mistake. Sorry, I'm right. So there will be 56 in total. Okay, so 24 plus 32 is 56. Okay, so that is how I know. Okay, that is my answer. Now, obviously, in its simplest form, I'm going to simplify it, dividing it both by 8. Okay, so it's 3 to 4. Okay, so my answer is 3 to 4. Okay, for that one. Okay, right, guys, question number 19. Okay, so we're nearly there, guys. Okay, a couple more questions to go. Okay, here is a 4-sided spinner and a 5-sided spinner. Okay, the spinners are fair. Okay, Jeff is gonna spin each one once. Okay, each spinner will land on its on a number. Jeff will get his score by adding those numbers together. Complete this possibility space diagram. Okay, so what we've done here, guys, is just add the numbers. Okay, so 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, so working this out, guys. Okay, we get 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 2 plus 4 is 6, 4 plus 3 is 7, 4 plus 4 is 8, 4 plus 5 is 9. Okay, so I got these by adding the corresponding columns and rows together. Okay, right, guys. Okay, Jeff wants to spin the spinner once. Find the probability that he gets a score of 3. Well, it's going to be 3 out of 20. Okay, so 2 out. 2 out of 20. Sorry, not that one there. Okay, so it's these two numbers. Sorry, not the outer numbers. Okay, 2 out of 20, which is 1 over 10 or 0.1. Okay. Right, guys, a score of 5 or more. 5 or more means that we're going to be looking at this region here. So all of this region here. Okay, well, if I look here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the answer here will just be 14 out of 20, which is equal to 7 over 10. Okay. Right, guys. Okay, so question 20. Water flows through a pipe at a rate of 20 gallons per minute. 1 gallon is equal to 4.55 litres. Change 20 gallons per minute to litres per second. Okay, so first of all, yeah, okay, 20 gallons is equal to 90, okay, 91, okay, so, yeah, like, it's a ratio, so 1 times 20 is 20, 4.55 times 20 is 91 litres, okay, so 91 litres per minute, so 91 times 60, because there are 60 seconds in a minute, okay, so I get 5,460 seconds, litres per second, okay, so that is my answer there, guys. So it is knowing our conversion. So 60 seconds is 1 minute, guys, okay, so 60 seconds, oh, I'm just gonna put sex there, okay, yeah, okay, so short for seconds, okay, so um, is equal to 1 minute, okay, so that is my answer there, guys. Right, guys, next part. Okay, find the highest common factor of 32, 44, 48, and 40. Okay, I'm not sure why I've got an arrow there. Apologies. Okay, so it should be 48 and 72. Okay, so highest common factor, okay, is going to be 8. So 8 is the biggest number that goes into all of these numbers, okay? Right, question 22, guys. Okay, describe the single transformation that maps shape A into shape B. Okay, I've made a mistake here. Okay, so I've put my answer as B to A, sorry. So if it's A to B, sorry, so it's a translation, okay, but it should be 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So the vector should be 4 minus 3, sorry. Okay, so I'll just change that to 4 minus 3. Okay. That is my answer. Okay, so translation means that I'm just shifting it. Okay, transformation. Okay, right, guys. Question number 23. Okay, so we've got a few more questions to go now. The time series graph shows information about the percentages of people in a village that have tuned the village shop for years between 1990 and 2010. Okay, percentage of it. Describe the trend. Okay, for percentage of people in the village, okay, who use the shop for this period. Okay, so as the years go on, okay, the population percentage decreases. Okay, so population decreases, yeah, for shops. Okay, yeah, as the years go on. Okay. I've put there. You use the graph to predict the percentage of people. Okay, like you use it in 2020. Okay, so I'll put a dot there. Yeah, so it's roughly there. Okay, so it will be around this region. So I'm saying roughly. Okay, is about 15%. Okay, is your prediction reliable? So I've put yes here because I'm basing it on the information given. So that is that is my justification. Right, guys, question 24. Okay, so expand and simplify. 3 times y is 3y. 3 times minus 2 is minus 6. 5 times 2y is 10y. 5 times 5 is 5 times 1 is 5. 3y plus 10y is 13y. Minus 6 plus 5 is minus 1. Okay, 13y minus 1 or minus 1 plus 13y. Okay, right, guys, part B. 5u squared w to the power 4 times 7u cubed w cubed. To simplifying this. Okay, 5 times 7 is 35. U squared, okay, look at W actually. So U squared, okay, times U is going to be U cubed. W to the power 4 times W cubed. So I add the powers. So it's W to the power of 7. Okay, so 35 U cubed W to the power of 7. Okay, right, guys. Okay, so question 25. Okay, let's just see how many more questions we've got. We've got, okay, 4 more questions, guys. Okay, so not long to go. Okay. Right, guys, okay, so the diagram shows a regular octagon and a regular hexagon. Find the angle marked X. Okay, so we need to work out, the interior angles of these two shapes using the sum, of interior angles formula. Okay, and then once we worked out those two angles, then its angles around the point add up to 360. So X plus this has to equal 360. Okay, so find the size of angle of marked X. Okay, you must show your workings. Okay, so an octagon has 8 sides, so sum of the interior, okay, is 180 brackets n minus 2, where n is number of sides. Okay, 180 times 8 minus 2 is 6, okay, which is equal to 1080. Okay, I then divide it by 8 to work out the number of sides, so the answer is 135. So each interior angle, okay, is 135. And I know that because it says a regular octagon. So each angle has to be the same, and each side has to also be the same. Okay, right, guys. For hexagon, n equals 6. Okay. So I sub n equals 6 here. Okay, so I get 180 times 4, which is 720, divided by 6 is 120. So each angle in a hexagon is 120 degrees. Each angle in an octagon is 135. 135 plus x plus 120 has to equal 360 because angles around the point equal 360. So we're rearranging that, I get x is 105. Okay, so there is my workings there. Okay. Right, guys, question number 26. Okay, here is a Venn diagram. Okay, write down the numbers that are in the set of A union B. So A or B is all this actually. So it's 15, 12, 18, 10, 16, and 14. Okay, A and B is 12 and 18. Okay, one of the numbers in the diagram is chosen at random. Find the probability that the number is in set A dash. A dash means not A. Okay. So it's everything, okay, in here. So it's 7. Okay, I might have made a mistake here. So everything not in A. So it's gonna be all this here. Okay, so it's 3 numbers, and then I've got everything on the outside. Okay, so not A will be everything on the outside too. Okay, so it's all these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm right actually here. So it's 7 out of 10. Okay. Yeah, for that, guys. Right, guys, okay. Question number 27. Okay, so we're nearly there, guys. Okay, last 2 questions to go now, or 3 questions. Okay. On a farm, the number of cows and the number of sheep are in the ratio 6 to 5. The number of sheep to the number of pigs is 2 to 1. The total number of cows, sheep, and pigs is 189. How many sheep are there on the farm? Okay, so I've got 6 to 5 here for cows and sheep to pig is 2 to 1. Okay, what I've done here, guys, was that I multiplied these numbers by 2. So I got there 10 and 10. Okay, so now it's in the ratio, okay, of cows to sheep to pig. So it's 12 to 10 to 5 for cows to sheep to pig. Okay, and then I'm doing sharing in a given ratio. So I'm going to do 189 divided by the sum of this. 12 plus 10 plus 5 is 27. 189 divided by 27 is 7, which equals 1 part. We want to work out the number of sheep, so I times my answer by 10 because it's 10 parts sheep. Okay, so the answer is 70. Right, guys. Okay, last 2 questions now. Okay, question 28, guys. The arc ABC is a quarter of the circle with center O and radius A, 4.8. AC is the quarter of the circle. Work out the area of the shaded segment. Okay, give your answer to 3 significant figures. Okay, so working this out, guys. Okay, okay, so to work out the area of the shaded segment, I'm going to work out the area of the whole sector minus the area of the triangle. Okay, so area of the triangle is base times height divided by 2. So 4.8 times 4.8 divided by 2, okay, is 11.52 centimeters squared. Area of a sector, well, the angle here is 90, so it's a quarter pi r squared. So it's pi r squared divided by 4, because it's a quarter of the circle, okay, which I get as an answer. So sub in r is 4.8, I get 18.0955736867. Okay, I do that, take away 11.52, okay, and I get an answer of 6.57557 centimeters squared, which is equal to 6.58 centimeters squared to 3 significant figures, because it's the 4th digit that I'm looking at, okay? So the 5 makes it obviously round up, so 6.58, guys, okay? So that is my answer for that, okay? So I hope that actually made sense, guys. Right, guys, question number 29, actually, okay? So last question, okay? I'm not sure why it's actually red here, so sorry about that, guys. ABC is an isosceles triangle, okay, with BA equals BC, D lies on the line AC, ABD is an isosceles triangle with AB equals AD, angle ABD is 72 degrees, show that a triangle BCD is isosceles, okay? So we've got to show that this triangle here is isosceles. Okay, so first of all, guys, okay, BA equals BC. Okay, so these two angles have to be the same, actually. Okay, so that's obviously step 1. Okay, right, and then we're told that AB equals AD. So this angle equals this angle here. So that's going to be 72, because that angle is 72 actually. Okay, so these two are going to be the same. Okay, these two angles are going to be the same because it's isosceles triangle. Therefore, angles in a triangle add up to 180, so that's going to be 36 there, guys, okay? Okay, right, this part here, I know that angles on a straight line add up to 180, so that has to be 108, because 108 plus 72 is 180, okay? We know that angle is going to be 36, because triangle ABC is isosceles, okay? So that implies that that angle has to be 36, because 108 plus 36, okay, is 144. 144 plus 36 is 180. Therefore, this angle and this angle are the same, okay, which implies that triangle BCD is isosceles, okay, so that is my answer there, guys, okay, so I've put my workings there down here, guys, okay, so that obviously proves my answer. So, guys, I hope it made sense, okay, yeah, please do, subscribe, like, turn on post notifications, and obviously, share my videos, actually, if you found this useful. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll put, I will also, put on the next few videos either later today, if not tomorrow. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe,